Alrighty then, welcome back. So day 3 started at 10:30 in the morning, a little bit later than I would have liked, but I suppose that's because we went to sleep last night a little bit later, since we were in pain. We set about cleaning our wounds straight away that we had suffered in the previous day, and because the zombie had broken our window in the end of the last episode, we decided to plan to barricade up the house on day 3, stay around home and heal up, try to get as much experience from the TV as we possibly could, because they'd be going out soon enough. So we got some food and shit together and disinfected our bandages and did some general inventory stuff before we decided to start getting to work with barricading up the house. Having obsoleted book 2, we decided that we'd get stuck into book 3 as soon as possible. Seeing as we were still injured, we didn't really want to go out into the world today at this stage. It was more about sitting at home and recovering and getting as much of an advantage for our future playthrough as possible. So we returned to the TV, we pulled out book 3 and decided to start reading that. Hearing the sound of shattering glass, I decided it best to go out and investigate whatever was making the noise. Found a zombie around the corner and decided to beat his brains in. And then at that point decided that it was best to set about cutting down some trees and getting this place barricaded up so that these zombies would stop coming in and trying to wreck our safe house that we had found. Had to stop and treat our wound. Seems like that zombie got us really good yesterday. Glad that our health had finally come back, although we weren't at full health yet, but yeah, she got us pretty damn good. Could have really been the end of the run on that one, I feel. So, set about just doing a little bit more general inventory, having a little bit of a snack, and went back outside to cut down some more trees to further fortify the inside of the space. Need a good, 3 or 4 trees to get this done, so headed on back out there and set to work. Had a well-deserved cigarette on the way in after cutting down what I thought was probably enough trees to get this bottom floor barricaded up for us at least. Headed back into the house and dumped off our planks and went out and picked up a few more loads. It'd be good that once this was secure, we'd at least know that for all future needs, we'd have a safe house right here behind the fire station. Because I'd started running earlier, I had to stop and have another cigarette. Obviously, it cancelled it out. So, sawed up the last few logs in the backyard, headed on inside with them, and set about barricading up the bottom floor of the house. I decided before nailing up any planks it was in our best interest to read Carpentry Level 3 to get as much experience as we possibly could out of the book and the carpentry we were about to be doing. So with that, ran upstairs and grabbed some nails and got to work. I decided to speed this bit up for you because this was an incredibly boring part of the day, as we all know, which is barricading up the house. So enjoy it being at 300 times speed at the moment. But as you can see, barricading up the bottom of this house is pretty simple with the amount of trees that we'd cut down. So we set about putting 4 planks on all of the windows. 3 technically will block out the sight line, but I like just to go for 4 just because it's, even. So with our calculations being just a little bit off on this, I had enough planks to do at least 3 sides of the house here, front door included. but we wouldn't have enough to do the back door and the back window, so leaving those two exposed was probably the safest option here. Didn't really want the front of the house exposed. Having the back where the fire station behind us was probably a bit safer, so I opted to leave that as the two that we didn't cover over. But yeah, having three sides of the bottom floor taken care of, we were quite happy at this point, and decided that it was getting late in the evening and we'd read the rest of our Carpentry 3 if we possibly could, and head upstairs and call day 3 a night. And we'd pretty much achieved everything that we wanted, which was to get the bottom floor barricaded up after night 2's break-in, and yeah, we were safe again for now. Day 4 started at 4:30 in the morning after our sleep from barricading the house the day before. Decided to come downstairs and turn on some lights because it's a bit dark inside. Went to the kitchen and had some food. Had to sort of get on top of our weight gain here. Really was ideally trying to get us to 80 kilograms at this point, because we wanted to get rid of our underweight negative traits. So eating anything that we could get our hands on at this point was pretty much what we wanted to do. Decided to read the rest of our carpentry book. With that out of the way, we decided to go put the book away in the closet with the rest of them, and plan on getting the last couple of planks that we're possibly going to need to barricade up this bottom floor, so we're completely secured in. Our stats were looking pretty good at this point. We had the bonuses required to get the next 2 levels of carpentry quite fast, so grabbing our axe, we decided that we'd head on out and grab the remaining logs that we needed to seal up this back end of the house, so that we're safe from zombies and intruders. Getting a little hungry at this point, and remembering that we had some ice cream in the freezer, I thought I'd devour that because that would help in our weight gain. Grabbed the last of the planks that we needed from out front and ran inside to secure up the bottom floor of the house. Now, other people would say that you could knock out the staircase and all the rest of it and make it, so that the zombies couldn't get to the second floor, but from my experiences so far, just doing this is enough to sort of keep the zombies out of the bottom floor, and then it gives you the ability to have the bottom floor as part of your base as well. Just don't bring hordes of zombies here and you should be fine. Now that we had the bottom floor fully blocked off, we could run around and grab all of our curtains and turn them into sheet ropes, so that we had a way out of our base now, because blocking in all of the doors and windows like we have has now made it pretty much impossible for us to get out. So we quickly watched our TV and looked at our carpentry experience, which was flying along. It was, only day 4, and here we were with that much carpentry experience, absolutely smashing it. So went about setting our escape ropes to our base, and as you can see, there's quite a few different ways out. You want multiples, because if the zombies actually attack one of the ropes, then, well, that's it. You've got no way out and no way in. Having 3, I think, is probably about enough. So grabbing our bow staff, we decided that while there was still a little bit of day to go, that we'd just put some shit away here and head on outside and do a little bit of looting. We were fully secured now on the bottom floor, and the safe house was pretty much complete at this point. It was now just a matter of getting back out there and looting some more things to bring home. so that we could, get a move on to setting up our permanent base, which I still won't reveal the location of just yet. It's coming up in the next couple of episodes, but as I said, we just needed good 10 boxes of nails for the project, and there's going to be a base built completely from scratch. So in the first shed we've seen another generator, which we made mental note of because it's just another one that we can use when the power goes out. Found another box of nails. Killed the zombie on the way over to shed 2. It's good to see that this area was pretty clear of zombies thus far. Our safe house is in a good location in that respect. Found another couple of boxes of nails, which is definitely helping us get towards our goal. Decided that I'd take that splitting axe as well, because at the end of the day, more axes for more cutting down trees. Found another box with a shitload of seeds in it, so grabbed them, and also the canister, so that if they got disease or anything, we at least had something to be able to work on that. And then proceeded to head into the next house and clear some zombies and do some looting. And taking care of the few zombies in the house, I decided that I'd have a cigarette and run upstairs and continue to loot what was left of the house. I wanted to get as much of this done today as possible. It was already 2 o'clock in the afternoon, so time was pushing on. If we could get at least this part of the street done, it would make our safe house even safer again, and that was the intention here, to make the general vicinity around the safe house as safe as possible. I always start by just looting all of the neighbouring houses. We'd done all the houses up to the church, which we knew were, now clear, and just had to work on this part of the street, and we were all good. That zombie was sort of trapped in that gap because he couldn't walk through the furniture, so I decided that I'd sort him out. Had a pair of scissors, which was good, and a bit of thread. We needed to start getting onto some tailoring stuff very soon, so I thought I'd grab the scissors and the thread for now. Remembering that I had just picked up scissors, I went back and cut up the leather jacket that we found and set about looting the rest of the house. After taking care of our zombie mate, I went to the kitchen and found a can opener and some more cans of food. That'd be good to tide us over until we could at least start growing crops, I guess. Finishing the last big house of the street, we head out into the backyard and came across a rather large pack of zombies. So we decided that we're going to have some beta blockers on this one so that we didn't panic and take out all of these zombies, because we wanted this area clear. So grouping them all up as best as I could and making them jump over the fence to sort of slow them down and group them up more, I proceeded to set about annihilating the group of zombies that were the directest threat to our safe house. After taking out that pack of zombies, I decided to have a quick loot of their bodies and get inside because that fight had exhausted us a little bit. So probably in our best interest is to take a rest at this point. So inspecting all the bodies and finding some Pokemon cards and a few odds and ends, nothing special. Decided to head on inside, fill up my water bottle. Sit down on the ground in the absolute open like an absolute moron, and then yeah, luckily nothing came up on me. It was a bit of a test to see if they were the only zombies in the area anyway. So tried to open up the shed window, which was locked, smashed that and found ourselves another box of nails. We were really kicking goals on the nail front here. There's a couple of fancy little outfits there, but nothing spectacular. And at this point decided that I might as well do this last little shed here. There's nothing real spectacular here, but a lot of that I was going to come back for. Metal plates and pipes are going to be needed in the future. Proceeded to, go and try to loot this house. After killing the zombie that crept up on me, I decided to disable the door because I'd be needing the door hinges anyway, and yeah, set off an alarm and everything sort of went a little bit haywire. So I quickly checked the bookshelf and decided that I wasn't going to stick around here because a lot of zombies are going to get drawn to this location at this point. And yeah, knowing that our path back to the safe base was, clear, I decided to just leg it all the way home at this point. Didn't even want to know about what was coming to that house. It just was handy to know that we had cleared this much of a passage that we could get away from them and not see any groups of zombies mobbing us coming in to the alarm. So, taking advantage of that, we ran home and tried to wait out the alarm. Making it home, we set about putting our stuff away. We now had 8 boxes of nails, so we were well on our way to our goal of 10 boxes, which was the main thing. We'd acquired quite a bit of stuff now. A fair few ropes, which was probably we're going to try to use them to carry logs more efficiently at a later date and see if that worked. Another thing we had never really done, but decided on this playthrough we might fiddle around with, see if it's worth using or not. Ropes to transfer logs. I'm not too sure on how that's going to work, but give it a try anyway. Had a few seeds ready for us for whenever we found our base to plant and get our food underway. Because we were building a base from scratch, we're going to have to build a farm to feed ourselves, and we weren't going to have many food options around. No lake, unfortunately, from what I recall, so therefore we're going to have to do a lot of trapping and all the rest of it. We had a bit of a stockpile of cans that were going to see us through for now, and that was the main thing. And decided that, considering that we'd set off an alarm in this area, that we'd sit back and read tailoring for the day and, just keep nice and low profile and quiet. I mean, whenever I set off an alarm in this game, this is one of the things I do like to do. Go find somewhere nice and quiet, let the environment settle down and do its thing and keep yourself safe, but also not waste time, do something constructive like read a book. And reading the book passed the entire day, so we decided that day 4 would be concluded and we'd head upstairs, go to sleep and get day 5 underway. Unsure if our character would actually wake up before carpentry, we thought it best to set an alarm to guarantee that we would be up before carpentry, because we didn't want to waste the experience that was going to be gained there. So we hit the sack for the night. I actually woke up on time, so it was all good. Decided to disable the alarm before we forgot about it and had that cause trouble for us out in the field. And went about starting off day 5. As I was eating breakfast downstairs, I decided that, yeah, day 5 we were probably just going to stick around the base today and do a fair bit of inventory management and just take stock of where we were. We'd got 8 boxes of nails so far, so we're well on our way to setting up our base. Had plenty of equipment and books and magazines to aid us in those adventures. We had seeds ready to plant for when we got there as well. And yeah, we'd gained a lot of experience through the carpentry channel and our, reading of books. We'd read tailoring, so we decided that today, all of those corpses outside of our base, we're going to just basically run out there and start tearing up cloths and trying to get ripped sheets and thread. We'll need the thread for the tailoring later on, number one. And the ripped sheets would definitely be needed when we got to our base location, because I like to use log walls to seal us in, because it cuts down the cost of nails, number one, and it's simpler, and they're actually quite stronger with our character build. So heading on outside to the corpses, I set about ripping up all of the clothes that I could find to get as many ripped sheets and thread as I possibly could for our, base set up on the other end. Pretty boring job, but sometimes I like to do this when it's, we just set off an alarm in the area, wanted to sort of stay quiet and not put ourselves in direct danger. We still had our injury to sort of worry about. We weren't 100% sure if that was healed yet at this point, so yeah, sometimes just doing something as brain dead as this, which is ripping up clothing and getting some leather strips and shit together, is worth it. So after clearing all of the zombies of their clothes and ripping them into sheets, I decided that I'd head on inside and put all of that away. We're now getting close to lunchtime as well, so really wanted to be inside to watch carpentry to get that experience for the day. I decided on canned fruit cocktail for lunch and proceeded to devour that, and then decided that we'd run over and watch carpentry for the day and get that bit of experience that was provided. We're getting pretty close to be able to use level 4, so getting that little bit of experience under our belt, we proceeded to sit and read carpentry level 4 while we had a chance. At this stage, this book was going to take up the remainder of this day, so we thought, stuff it, we'll get it done, because then it was done and sorted for the future. And we wanted as much carpentry experience in the first 8 days as possible, because TV goes out on day 9, I believe, and after that there's no more TV shows. So, finishing carpentry level 4, I stuck it with the rest of our books and proceeded to go upstairs and get ready to call it a night. Having our last cigarette for the day, we proceeded to head upstairs and put away a few more of our items before bed. But yeah, we had successfully, concluded day 5 at this point, and now had a safe house and was ready to progress on with our playthrough. So the playthrough was looking pretty solid at this point in my eyes. 8 boxes of nails ready to go, and yeah, we got a lot done. But for now, that was episode 3, and if you want to see more, please, I don't know, maybe subscribe. But as always, have a good one. Look after yourself.